Hey, welcome everybody to the next episode of the Sheepdog Ops podcast. Myself, Michael Pearson, and Mr. Jerry Schuber here. And we thank you for tuning in. A lot of great things to come. So we're going to bring you this special episode on Memorial Day.
Hey guys, this is Jerry with Sheepdog Ops. You know me, your normal sultry voice of entertainment every week. I do want to wish you guys a happy Memorial Day. You know, it's
Wait, Jerry. Wait.
What?
Happy Memorial Day?
Yes, it's a happy Memorial Day. How is this not a happy Memorial Day?
There's nothing happy about Memorial Day, man.
Oh, here we go. I don't understand why you wouldn't think there's something happy about it. This is a beautiful day. It's a perfect day for barbecuing, perfect day for family.
Yeah, that's right. It is. Yeah, a freaking federal holiday. You know, they designated this stuff. So, funny story, real quick, guys. I got an email because we've been putting Happy Memorial Day on everything, right? Because I'm a pretty happy guy, right? And I'm in the service, of course. We're all in the service, pretty much coming on here. But I sent out an email. We got all these videos that say Happy Memorial Day. And I got a guy that literally wrote me saying, "There's nothing happy about Memorial Day, you dumbass." And so I kind of questioned some shit in my life, and wondered who the hell I am,
Why are you being happy?
Yeah, I don't know, it freaking ruined my life pretty much. But no, the more I thought about it and the more that me and Jerry were talking about it, it's interesting. And I don't know if we should be saying Happy Memorial Day, man. What do you think, Jerry? I don't know.
Well, and I know that we were kind of talking about this beforehand, and you were like going to everybody and asking them, and they were kind of giving you the same story. But for me, I think this is a happy Memorial Day. I think that every Memorial Day is a happy day, and I think that every day in America should be a happy day. And you shouldn't just pin Memorial Day as the only day that you can represent veterans that have died for what we have here. And I think that's the big thing that people forget is that we only get to celebrate this weekend because of the people who've sacrificed before us, who are going to sacrifice after us. And I think if you forget that, then and not celebrate those lives, then you've got a bigger issue on your hands. I know that we were talking about this earlier, and let me make sure I get this quote right because I don't want to jack it up because I thought it was pretty inspirational. And George S. Patton said that it is foolish and wrong to mourn men who have died. Rather, we should thank God such men lived. And I think that's a huge quote because that represents everything that America is. If we don't have men who sacrifice and die for our freedoms and our rights to do what we want to do on this glorious Memorial Day,
right,
then we're probably speaking German or some other foreign language that we're not speaking right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree, man. It's definitely, I want to take the time to thank all those people and families who did make the ultimate sacrifice, because me and Jerry wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for that. My family wouldn't be here. My beautiful daughter wouldn't be here. And it is very special. And we knew, and we still know that it's very serious if the duty does call. And, we're lucky we've made it this far, but we definitely want to take the time, celebrate on Memorial Day for all those people who we think that they lived, like Jerry just said, quite literally. All these wars and every war that will happen in the future, it's pretty much the biggest sacrifice, and it's very serious. So I think me and Jerry got to the point where we said it's okay to be happy on Memorial Day, but at the same time, you got to realize, well, why am I allowed to feel this happiness and celebratoriness kind of,
feeling,
right?
Celebrate a day that it is about mourning. It's one of those things, and I want to kind of extend that. I understand that Memorial Day is mainly for veterans who have died in service, but I want to extend that because it's this whole mindset that we have, this sheepdog mindset that we've been talking about this whole time we've been on here. And, I want to thank all the cops. I want to thank firefighters. I want to thank everybody, any first responder who's died in the line of service also, because not only do we have people fighting and dying on foreign soil, but we have people fighting and dying here on our own soil, trying to protect freedoms and keep people safe. So, I know that this is mainly for veterans who have died in combat, but there is a combat here that people are fighting every day, and I appreciate those people as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe even more so for the people that are on our home soil upholding it. So I want to say that as well. Thank you very much. Okay, so keep moving along here. We just thought that would be a good introduction for you guys because
yeah, a little deep in the feels today. It's not our normal happy-go-lucky story time, but
Yeah, exactly. And we don't have a special guest on today, but we are going to bring you guys some really cool stuff along with some cool facts for today. Like you have nothing else to do on Memorial Day, right? But yeah, go ahead and let's start this interesting fact kickoff list, Jerry.
All right. So we decided to do this because we needed to hit you guys with something right off of the bat and kind of knock you right in the teeth a little bit. And if you didn't know, Memorial Day was originally known as Decoration Day. And so, my English teacher always told me start off with something interesting, that attention grabber. And so that's what we're kind of doing here. If you guys didn't know that the original name of the day wasn't always Memorial Day. So that was kind of a really interesting fact that we had found. And I don't know. I thought it was interesting to know that it wasn't always the same name.
Yeah, like it's a very serious thing, and they changed it. But then, when did it start, Jerry? I think under bullet point 1 there, I had it started. It started after the Civil War. The day after the Civil War, pretty much wrapped up too.
Absolutely. So we do have it. It started in New York. In Waterloo, New York, on May 5th, 1866, is the official recognized birthplace of it. I know that everywhere across the country decides that they want to say that they are the original birthplace, at least the states that were around at that time in 1866.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to know that we've been around for a little over 200 years as a country. And we didn't start really representing for those people who have died in combat and who built this country until, almost 100 years after we've been developed as a country. So that was really interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And you hear about I was always confused about it too. Hey, we're having this observance over here. Or, why haven't you visited here? Because the reality is there was lots of wars and lots of places to observe a lot of fallen comrades. So that's a very serious thing. But so one of the fun facts basically is what we're telling you guys is at 3 p.m. today, regardless of your time zone, that's the official designated observance time. And the official federally recognized location for that is Waterloo, New York. Which started, like as Jerry said, May 5th, 1866, right after the Civil War. So it's kind of been this evolving thing, this Memorial Day, from Decoration Day to Memorial Day, and then all the subsequent wars that have added, that Memorial Day just keeps getting more and more serious because more and more people are involved to keep this country standing strong. So very cool.
And then going back to that Decoration Day, there was more of a reason to it. The holiday was long known as Decoration Day for the practice of decorating graves with flowers, wreaths, and flags. The name Memorial Day goes back to 1882, actually, but the older name didn't disappear until after World War II. So they kept calling it Decoration Day because they would go back and they would decorate these graves like we do today. I actually know that my grandmother goes out to the local cemetery and puts flags on graves of all the veterans every year. That is her big thing. She loves doing it. She actually took my daughters out there this year with her. So they had a grand old time just putting flags up and doing things like that. So, and then it wasn't until 1967 that the federal law declared Memorial Day the official name. So it's a whole 100 years later.
Yeah.
that we actually federally changed the name to what it is now. And even though people still get mad and tell you that you can't say Happy Memorial Day, apparently, it took a long time to get it to be where it is now and to represent what it means now.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. You got to be happy. You got to be happy, guys. You know? So I was telling Jerry, what else do I say? I get tongue twisted.
So, Memorial Day. Memorial Day to you.
Memorial Day to you too, sir. Okay, next one. May 30th, 1868. President Ulysses S. Grant presided over the first Memorial Day ceremony in Arlington National Cemetery, where the general and later president James Garfield quoted, and I picked this quote because not only was it on a news article, you guys, I thought it was pretty deep, so I agreed with it. He says, I am James Garfield. I am oppressed with a sense of the impropriety. Did I say that right?
I believe so. Remember, guys, we are military guys, so we're hard at times.
I'm educated. Impropriety. Yeah, okay. So I am oppressed with a sense of the impropriety of utter words on this occasion. If silence is ever golden, it must be beside the graves of 15,000 men whose lives were more significant than speech and whose death was a poem, the music of which was never sung. So that's a pretty deep quote, because he's literally saying he has such a deep feeling, he doesn't have any words, and the music which we hear, the birds chirping, the music to keep us going every day, to keep us in that happy state of mind. When you literally see death, destruction, the graves every day on Memorial Day, it's very hard to get that sense, because you just realize, wow, this is really serious. It's really fucked up. It's a lot of people who sacrificed, and they're not here today. So, even the people that we serve with, some of the guys, they're not here anymore, and that's very serious. So, they're in some of those graves, and you really got to notice that the silence for today, it is golden and it's significant. So, it's not just a federal holiday where we're all enjoying our families. We need to realize why that is. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that when you read into that even deeper, you go into whose lives are more significant than speech. That's what they were fighting for. They were fighting for this right to free speech, the right to bear arms, this Declaration of Independence that we created with the Bill of Rights that were given to us by these people's blood. It's not as simple as just saying that these people died fighting for something. They fought for what we do every single day, who we are every single day. For hell, they fought for us to sit here and tell you that they fought for this, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to speak. And for what people don't know is America is the only country in the entire world who has the right to free speech. Every other country has hate speech laws and has laws that actually prevent those kind of things. And these men were fighting for that, for you to be able to say and do what you want to do as a natural born person, a natural born human. So
yeah, and some of them may have not even known what that meant, but still laid down their life for that. And if you were to fast forward to them and to see what we're doing today, and to have them realize what they were doing that day for us to talk about this, I think we owe them more than just a single day of memorial. That's for sure. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And they sat here and they died for somebody to even call you an asshole or a dumbass for saying Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
That person's rights are protected to say that to you, because if we were anywhere else, they could go take that to the cops and have you charged because you said it and it's, documented. But here in America, we don't have that. We have him. He has the right to tell you that he thinks you're a dumbass for thinking that this is a happy day. And
Right.
you know what? It may not be a happy day in the sense of, yeah, we're still dealing with the loss of people that we love and care about. Just like we were talking about a couple weeks ago when Matt was on the show and he was talking about his best friend, dying in combat next to him. He died for that. And that's, it's hard, but without that sacrifice, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Yeah, that's right. I remember before this, you were telling me about that tragic story too. It's, it's so hard to deal with. So thanks, Matt. Just shout out quick to you. Thanks, man.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know the story, as far as listeners go back, go listen to it. It's on the YouTube channel. It's on the audio cast. It was an incredibly powerful story, and it leads right into some of the stuff that we're talking about right here.
Right. Go ahead. Are you doing the next one?
I was going to move on to the next one, unless you got more to say on that.
No, we spent significant time on that one.
All right.
Go ahead.
So Memorial Day has its own set of customs. I know we picked one of them. We picked General Order number 11, stated that in observance, no form of ceremony is prescribed, but over time, several customs and symbols become associated with the holiday. It is customary on Memorial Day to fly the flags at half-staff until noon and then raise it to top of staff until sunset. So that kind of means, I know for you non-military folks who may be listening here, that just means that even though we do these kind of things, we have these customs and these different kind of traditions that we do, it doesn't mean that it's officially adopted. So if you want to fly your flag at half staff, I know personally right now mine is at half staff until noon because I observe this, but it wouldn't be against any rules or regulations to fly it at full staff all day long if you wanted to. But if you don't have a flag, I would suggest highly to get one and put it on your house, because you are in America and you do get to live in this great nation where people died for it, and you can adopt any of these customs and anything like that you want to. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like that. And not only that, when I see a flag at half staff, like if we're on, active orders, I'm doing the drill, some days it is at half staff, and we do have a whole formation for that. So something just kind of tingles. You get your hair that kind of tingles in the back of your neck and the hairs all over your body of, okay, well, why is that shit at half staff? What's going on? And it really brings you to the attention of it's important. It's always important to realize why the flag is at half staff, and most of the time it is because of something serious happened. So, and Memorial Day is serious. So, next fact: each Memorial Day is a little different, and even though we're flying our flags at half staff, it's very somber. We're in a very I don't know if memorabilia is a word, but we're definitely in a reflective state and a sad state. But there's no question that Memorial Day is a solemn event, guys. But don't feel too guilty about doing something frivolous like enjoying your family, being happy, having a barbecue, thanking a service member, cracking open a couple cold ones, going out hog ripping from my boy Tyler out there. Just enjoy the beautiful land and realize that it's because of the brave that you're free,
And I do want to say this: don't get too frustrated with a military member who gets upset that you wish them a happy Memorial Day and thank them for their service. It's nothing personal. We had a whole conversation about this a few minutes ago, but I'm not dead yet. I didn't die in combat, so you don't have to thank me for my service. You don't. The majority of military members, and that I know of, that I've talked to, that I've been around, they feel almost identical to that. This isn't a day for me. This isn't a day for what I've done or what I'm willing to do or doing. This is for the people who've already done it, and they gave it all. So don't get mad at us. Don't get upset at us if we kind of give you a little bit of a grief for it. But that's typically how that rolls out.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, we are the lucky ones, man. We're still standing. So
Absolutely.
it's nice that we have the opportunity to serve, but we didn't yet make the ultimate sacrifice. So just don't get offended. Just a little misconstrued, or a little twerk on that.
Just a little PSA. That's all that is. That's just a little PSA to remind you, hey,
hey guys,
we're not trying to be dicks or assholes to you. It
just get out of my face.
Still here. I got freedom. I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now that we've kind of moved, we got into deep in those fields, and we're kind of moving forward and kind of moving on. I know. I one more time before we get into the next section, I just really want to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. I appreciate everything that every family has that's sacrificed for this day, for me, for my kids, for what I've got going on, and to give me the opportunity to do everything that I'm doing. And I really appreciate everything, and I hope that no one ever thinks anything different of that.
Yeah, I would say the same too. I appreciate everybody I work with, everybody I've ever met in the military, my family, every customer that's ever worn a shirt, continues to wear a shirt, will continue to support Battleraddle and this Sheepdog Ops podcast. It's not easy what me and Jerry are doing, being on the front line, and so we appreciate every single one of you guys that continues to support, and happy Memorial Day to everybody for sure. So a little bit of news before we wrap this up for both of the companies, guys. It's a buy two, get one free for Battleraddle.com. Promo code Memorial Day. So just basically load your card up with $74.97, and then it'll automatically take $24 off, or $24.99, $25. Check our Facebook and our YouTube and our Instagram. We have daily giveaways, guys. Our most recent one, I think my goal was to share 150 hoodies of a Spartan helm, and it worked. I mean, so I have to give away 3 hoodies. I never did that before. Now I gotta pick these guys, and I'm happy to do it. I just can't believe that the loyalty out there from you guys is it's amazing, and I really do thank you from the bottom of my heart. So thank you, guys. Another thing that we got going on, you might have seen the live stream with us. We went out to NorCal Gun Vault, guys, great partner of ours, and we're going to start private labeling a lot of apparel. So you'll see a lot of gun stores or a lot of people out there with their own brand on their sleeves instead of Battleraddle. And we'll just go become an apparel producer for them. So if that's you, if you own a gun store, if you own a tactical store, I don't care if you're the CEO of Big Five, we could do that for you. All right. And our affiliate program, we're really bolstering this out and adding a lot to it. Most recently, guys, check this out. If you stream, if you're a gamer, stream on your Twitch platform, we just relaunched a application where we could create your own custom banners and your own custom link for your Twitch. So as you Twitch, you become a ninja, that guy Ninja who owns like $500,000 a month, okay? If you're anything like him or you want to be like that, put our link on your Twitch, and you're going to actually earn income from all the sales that you get from people watching your streaming, okay?
I gotta say, I just want to jump in there real quick. The banners, they're freaking awesome. Everything you see on my page, everything you see that I have, Battleraddle takes care of it. Those guys are phenomenal. They do excellent work. That's everything you see on these YouTube channels or YouTube videos and everything like that. That's their logo or their banner that they put together for me. I request whatever I want, and those guys, I mean, they're phenomenal. I don't ever want anyone to think that they're not phenomenal, because they do amazing work. So
yeah, we appreciate that very much, Jerry. And most companies would charge you for the design work, guys. We're not even going to do that. We're just going to take care of you because we want you to be happy. We want you to be wearing the gear. Okay. So the banners could go on your website, and people click that, you earn the income. Okay. And remember, guys, quickest way to get a free t-shirt from Battleraddle, because we want you to be wearing it and repping it and showing off just how cool it is. Go to Google My Business, give us a good review, guys. Don't give us a 1-star, because then I can't afford to send you a t-shirt. Give us a little 5-star. Another way to do it is you go to our website, you click on the your right, my left, there's a yellow banner on the side of the website. Click that, complete the profile, basically give us your birthday. Every birthday, you're going to get a free shirt. Okay, so we need your birthday. All right, it's a little birthday bash. Complete your account, get points. Those points are worth free gear. Message us on Facebook. We'll get a staff member right with you to walk you through that. Another thing, guys, easy. Invite all your friends to like our Facebook page. Guys, we're going to grow organically. Invite all the friends to like the Facebook page. Screenshot that to support@battleraddle.com. We're going to send you any free shirt that you want. And then also you can get a personalized link once you complete the profile to your right, yellow link, my left, on our website. Go there, get your personalized link, which gives you a unique URL referral link. You send that, you text it to all your friends, you give it on all your web pages, all your IGs, all your social media. All those points are coming right back to you. Plus, the person who clicks it, that's the only way they get a discount at Battleraddle. Only way. We're not a discount company. We're quality. You don't want to go out and look for the cheapest price, guys, because you're not going to be happy. You're going to put it on, wrong design, it's going to fade away, put it in the wash 2 times. Okay, you're going to pay for quality because we are quality. All right? And you're going to feel like it when you put it on. All right?
And you keep saying that you guys don't have good prices, or you say it like it's not good prices. I'll tell you what, I've actually swapped over. I used to wear grunt style. That's actually how he hated me. I mean, how we met was Mike disliked me because I was wearing a grunt style shirt back then. And I got a couple of he just gifted me a couple of them when we started talking and everything like that. And I'll tell you what, the quality is incredible. The prices are great. And you got some great subscription plans. You guys go check out their page. Go get involved with them. They are phenomenal. I don't care what he says about it. So
yeah, I mean, our subscription, there's nobody else in the market that could beat it. If you're the discount cheap kind of customer, you start at $5, you'll just get a free t-shirt, but it's very reasonable, guys, very quality price. And we even let you choose the t-shirt. You just message us. So we're trying to wrap this up. I'm sorry. I go into sales mode and I can't stop. So I'm sorry. But
got to do what you got to do. You're the CEO. That's what happens.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so that kind of rolls into me, and we're going to talk about some of the future of the Sheepdog Ops stuff. We've got some great events coming up. We've got some great partnerships that we're looking at right now. The big thing that I want to shout out there is if you guys know any vet groups, any first responder groups, advocacy groups, or things like that that we could get in touch with and talk to, I would love to. I've already reached out to a couple of them. We have this week, I'm actually be contacting a Hope for Combat Veterans. It's more of a local group to California, but they're starting to grow and get bigger and bigger. And I'm really looking forward to seeing if we can work with them and have somewhere to send our veterans who have maybe some of this PTSD or some issues like that they need to talk about or work out. Their organization is phenomenal. Everything that they bring in goes right back to the program. I don't want to shout out any specific programs, but I know that there's a lot out there that don't do that. And I want to make sure that whoever we support or whoever we're partnering with understands that everything needs to go back to the vets, because that's what we want, or back to first responders. I'm actually going to be reaching out to a couple chaplaincies. We're going to be talking some more deep stuff on the podcast this next couple of weeks, just so we can get an idea of how it really is to deal with people on a day-to-day basis and maybe deal with religion. I know we've hit all sorts of other topics out here, but there are some topics that people don't talk about, and I think that's one of the big ones. Some of the new things that we've got coming up is we've got live streaming on Facebook for both Battleraddle and Sheepdog Ops. We're going to start live streaming a lot of the events that we're doing. I know this last week we were going to try and do the range day up there with NorCal Gun Vault, and it got rained out. We did have some weather issues.
Something happened with that. It got canceled, but it's okay. We'll get the next one.
We'll hit the next one. We'll be out there. These guys will be out there with all their gear and stuff. So if you're there, stop by, say hi. You might end up on our next show or on our next video. We're also going to be adding those live streams not only to Facebook, but we've got YouTube, we've got Instagram. We're going to be starting hitting that up, maybe doing some Q&A stuff on there from time to time. I know that we can have guests come on Instagram, so we're going to try and see if we can do some live streaming and get some guests on there and kind of do a little bit of BSing with them and see how they feel and what they've got going on. Yeah. As always, we are always looking for people to interview. Always, always, always. You can email either organization. Will definitely be quickly to respond. My stuff is sheepdogmindset@gmail.com. Shoot me a link, an email. I know Battleraddle.
It's support@battleraddle.com. Guys, it doesn't matter if you own a business, if you're in the military. I don't care if you walk dogs for a living. I'd love to have you on the podcast because everybody has something to teach our. We're trying to develop not only the veteran community but our whole audience, guys. So it doesn't matter if you study stars for a living. We'll take you on the podcast.
Absolutely, give you a chance to tell your story, and that way we can ask you questions. I don't ever want anyone to think that this is an ambush. We don't come on here to make you look stupid or do anything else. All of this is unedited. As you see, he sat there and tried to read a word for 3 minutes.
Hey, don't let him go back and watch that part.
So but that's the big thing. I've ran across a couple people. I have somebody who's actually she's animal control, and she said, who wants to listen to my story? I said, you know what, everyone has a story and somebody somewhere needs to hear it. It doesn't matter if it's funny, if it's serious, or if it's some kind of value piece. We just want to give you a platform to talk about it. I know our target right now is first responders and vets. And if there's people outside of that group, come talk to us. Let us know. Maybe you have something that somebody else needs to hear, and we'll make sure that it gets out there. Don't forget to subscribe to Battleraddle and Sheepdog Ops on pretty much every platform. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. We have our YouTube page. Obviously, if you're watching this, that's more than likely where you're at. Don't forget that you can support this podcast through Patreon. You can support it through Anchor FM. We have all our stuff set up on there. So if you guys like what you're seeing, want to see more of it, want to see better quality of it, let us help us out. Majority of all that money always goes back into the podcast. We have actually, as a matter of fact, we don't have anything coming back to us. We just put it right back into it to up the value, bring on more guests, be able to take more time to do these kind of things.
Yeah. So on that note, just to be very clear, guys, Patreon, you could donate. Anchor FM. If you Google Anchor FM, you search Sheepdog Ops podcast, there will be a donate button there. That's our only official way right now to take the money. And then you could subscribe monthly to the podcast on Anchor FM, and then that's of course a small monthly amount, but that's what's gonna help us bring on better guests, better features, get a whole website dedicated to this going. So we need that, guys. So
Absolutely. And you can find the audio portion on pretty much every platform. We are on iTunes, we're on Android, we're on Google. Anchor has been amazing with us by broadcasting that everywhere. We've got some episodes on Spotify. We're working with them to kind of up that value and up that amount. Outside of that, I think that's pretty much all I have. Don't forget the merch. I know that the people were super excited about some of the stuff we see on here. If you ever see something that we're wearing on here, get in contact with Mike. Get in contact with those guys because they will make sure that it gets hooked up.
Yeah, we'll tag it in all the posts, guys, but we're always here for your podcast and apparel needs, baby.
Yeah, that AR-15 one went super stoked.
Yeah, quite a few requests on that podcast, so we thank you guys out there.
So we know you're watching it. We know you love it. You know you love the gear. So just be able to share some love, give us some reviews, talk to us, let us know what you think, what needs to change, what doesn't. So we're always here.
I just want to say have a great Memorial Day out there, guys. Stay happy, stay focused, stay vigilant, persevere through everything. You're alive. You hit the lottery. Keep going.
Amen. I want to say one last thing. Happy Memorial Day, guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I thank everybody's family out there who's sacrificed, because those are the real people who are sacrificing for us to be able to sit here and be here. And as we always do when we end these things, make sure don't be the sheep in the fight, be the dog.